Well, hello, dear friends. So this is the city of Dambulla. It's about, 15, 18 kilometers east of Sigiriya. And the cultural importance of this town, there's a couple things here. One is they have a cave temple here, Golden Temple Cave Temple complex. This is another UNESCO heritage site. You know, standing in one of these caves that's over 2,000 years old and imagining the people that built this and the people that use this for prayer, even today. I know they, from what I understand, the statues were placed, a lot of them were placed in the 1800s, made out of brick and wood and stone, concrete. But all the art, the paintings, all that is continuing to be, improved and restored. There are people behind me, even today, working on restoring the art on the walls of this amazing site, bringing some of those paintings back to life, and bringing them forward in time so that we can see and enjoy them. It's really just an epic place, to stand in the middle of a place that has basically been standing still, through the course of 2,000 years, and to see the majesty of the art and the paintings and the environment. The atmosphere here is very subdued and calm, and you can feel kind of the good energy in this place. This whole cave complex is just an amazing site to visit. The artwork is truly, breathtaking, and the paintings and the carvings and the representations of Buddha all, just make for just a wonderful experience. And it's just mind-blowing to look at just the surroundings, to be in the middle of one of these caves and look around and imagine yourself 2,000 years ago, still be active and viable and act as a record of the people that were here before, and just see the impact that those people have even today that built these caves. It's amazing. Standing in the middle of one of these caves is an experience. So once you make your way down from the cave temple complex, you will arrive at the Golden Temple. So this has the largest Buddha in the world here. It was constructed, I believe, 1997 to 2000 is when they basically built this. And it's, fairly significant in its stature. If you look closely at the chin and the arm, you can see a black appendages hanging on there. So those are wasp nests, which seem to be a problem here in Sri Lanka. So, so even, nature is drawn to the face of the Buddha. Well, I've made my way to Kandy, Sri Lanka. So this is a little further east from Dambulla. So here in Kandy's claim to fame is the Temple of the Tooth. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but basically the legend is that the Buddha's tooth is kept at this temple and has been since, the 3rd century or so, or at least was smuggled out of India around that time. I'll talk more about that later, but currently I'm gonna pop over to one of these. They have like the Kandian traditional dance centers here, so I'm gonna pop in and watch some traditional Kandian dance with costumes, and I guess they do fire spinning and all sorts of stuff. So it's about an hour long, and then from there I'll make my way down to the Temple of the Tooth. So visiting the temple of the Sacred Relic of the Tooth is, I think, if you visit Sri Lanka, I think it's definitely worth checking out, regardless of your religious belief or feeling. It's hard to deny that this place has special meaning and importance for people to visit. Buddhists come from all over the world to visit the site. This is considered one of the most holy or most sacred relics in Buddhism. So the story of the tooth, it was smuggled out of India in a princess's hair in the 3rd century, brought here at the request of her father, the king. And it has very significant political and religious significance within Sri Lanka. It's kind of been one of those things where whoever has possession of the relic, the tooth, generally rules Sri Lanka. So the tooth has always been really important in terms of its binding power between religion and the politics within Sri Lanka. So it's a significant relic, not only in the religious sense, but also in a cultural, historical, political, and sort of national identity. It's undeniable that there's a special feeling that you get when you're standing in this building. You walk up the stairs and you're getting closer to this room that holds this relic that so many people value and think is sacred. And you stand there sort of being jostled with the other folks, waiting for the door to open so that you can get just a glimpse of the casket. They call it a casket that holds the tooth. And not even the tooth itself, but just the box that holds the tooth is so, just getting a glimpse of that is one of those things that most Buddhists would travel from all over the world just to see. So I feel very grateful that I was here to experience that. You can't deny that there's a special feeling around that, whether it's spiritual or whether you believe the relic is authentic or not. There's still a certain amount of power and energy that happens when lots of people come together and believe in something. So truly an amazing experience. If not for the spiritual side of it, for the cultural and historical side of it. If you read online, there's discussion on whether the relic is real or not. I'm not a dentist or an archaeologist, so I can't really say. There was a fairly prominent Australian dentist who examined pictures of the tooth and determined that there was no way it could be human. It was probably a cow or a water buffalo. Those teeth look very different from human teeth. So irregardless, they do say that the tooth is still growing, that it's still getting bigger, and that is attributed to the special power that the tooth has. So that is the lore. Take with it of it what you will. It's hard to deny that this place doesn't feel special. If not for the relic itself, for the people that come here and give the importance of what they're seeing and experiencing a special, sort of rare emotional feeling to the place. So that you can attribute the feeling in this place to both of those things, I think.